guys are so funny. You're trying to get me to do this stupid shit. And
she just whispered, "I'm a bad bitch," for anyone who didn't hear. Stop. 420.
I'm lit at Disney.
And the kids asleep in the bath.
There we go.
A ball sack station.
That's what a business owner looks like. Hi everybody, welcome to Tattoo Home.
Hi everybody, welcome to Tattoo Homewreckers, a podcast where we talk about tattoos, life, and everything in between.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is Lou, and I am here with my fucking bestie, Callie.
Hi, so happy to see you guys. Oh, I guess we're not technically looking at you. But when I
But
look
if you're
into the
looking
camera,
at us,
yeah.
then we're looking at you, and you're looking at us.
So therefore,
And if you're just listening to us, then hi. Sorry that I have such a big lisp.
whatever. It
It's
hasn't
never
stopped
gonna
them.
get better.
Has not stopped them. What does your gender feel like?
Right now, my gender feels like, probably like, it's a weird thing to describe, but like a fluffy ball that's really bruised. I'm feeling, and my chair is very squeaky currently. I just realized that.
It's randomly squeaky.
Yeah, it's randomly squeaky because I hurt my shin. So I'm feeling like extra sensitive and bruisey.
Ooh.
But I always feel kind of fluffy. Like that's kind of my vibe, like a fluff ball or like a lint ball. Yeah.
I like a lint ball
Like
as well.
this time of year, it's a very fluffy time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a hungover grizzly bear.
Ooh.
Like it just like woke up from hibernation and it's like I could have used at least a solid month more. That's kind of what I feel like right now.
We should be hibernating.
Totally. But
yeah.
Alas, there's so much to do, period.
There is so much to do.
Straightest thing you've done this week?
Straightest thing I've done this week. Fuck, dude. It's hard because I don't feel like I do a ton of straight stuff.
I know, right? I mean, neither.
I like that we just at the same time.
Yeah, asking that one is kind of hard.
I would just say being married to a man and doing the, you know what? The straightest thing I did this week was the emotional labor for my husband, because that's what it's like to be married to a man.
That's pretty dang straight. I think the straightest thing I did this week was probably look into the fridge for a snack and then realize, oh shit, I have to go grocery shopping. And then end up just eating crackers instead.
Yeah. Did you put butter on them?
No.
Oh, sad.
Sad cracker.
Because if you had butter and cheese, that's just the whole meal.
I wish it was.
That would just be gay. That would be a charcuterie board.
That's just, yeah. Just a disassembled charcuterie board. Gayest thing you've done all week?
Gayest thing I've done is we just started watching RuPaul's Drag Race Celebrity Edition. You guys, I thought that this shit was going to be like we get to make fun of people. Like, it's like, oh, this is going to be some like random celebrities in drag, and it's not going to be like, it's just going to be a goof and a gaff.
Yeah.
And we watched one episode, and Callie and I were fully invested.
Yeah. And
had emotional arcs, and we were just like, this is it. I thought we were just going into like brain rot, and we instead, she said that, not me, that we were going to go in for brain rot, and instead we had a heartfelt story. And so that was great, because now I'm really excited to see. And I will tell you, they don't tell you who's on the next episode. I went to the descriptions because I was like, I'm going to fucking cheat and figure out what celebrities I want to watch. Nope, they don't tell you. You just gotta fucking raw dog that shit.
Yeah, you kind of just figure
Going
it out.
blind. But yeah, I feel like watching RuPaul is like the gayest thing.
That's pretty dang gay. I think the gayest thing I've done.
I need that soundbite of you just saying, that's pretty dang gay.
Pretty dang gay. I don't think I said dang, but that's pretty dang gay.
Did you not? I thought you just said pretty dang gay. Maybe I did.
Maybe I just blacked out and said the word dang all of a sudden and then came back too. I think the gayest thing I've done all week is probably sleep on the couch because I didn't feel like messing up my perfectly set up bed.
Yeah.
I was like, it just deserves one more night of me not fucking it up.
Yes, when it's like super pretty.
Yeah.
I do like getting into like fresh sheets and like a perfectly made bed, but I do feel a little bit like guilty when I'm like, future you is gonna have to redo all this work.
Totally, absolutely. Yeah. So she needed one more night away.
Zero judgment for that.
Period. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Do you want to get into the episode? I think that's it for our intros. So this episode we are going to do Reddit's Am I Overreacting, which is
Mhm.
kind of a spinoff from Am I the Asshole, but just slightly different. So are you excited for our first story?
I'm excited because in order to keep track of the stories you've been reading, you
Mhm.
sent them to me on Messenger. And I just like muted our conversation because I was like, okay, first off, I'm not going to like click on the link and read it. I'm just not that kind of person.
Yeah.
But I came back and there were 8
On accident.
stories. And I was like, oh, she is into this. This is
Yeah.
going to be good.
Well, I like to give myself options too, because sometimes during the episode, I'm like, oh, like scrolling through and just being
Yeah.
like, okay, no, I don't want to hit that one anymore.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I gave myself options.
Great. I'm here for it.
Okay, so our first one.
Story time, bitches.
Story time. Am I overreacting by being upset that my boyfriend proposed with my own money?
Wait, what? What?
Brother. Get into this.
Okay.
I, 26-year-old female, have been with my boyfriend, now fiance, 33 male, for about 4 years now.
Okay, well, that's your first problem, but okay. I'm just
First
saying,
problem,
we
what?
know that women mature faster.
Yes.
We do not necessarily think that's biological. It is more like cultural because obviously women are forced to have the like responsibilities
Yes.
thrust upon them. But you're 26 and he's 23, which basically means
33.
Oh, he's
Sorry.
33.
He's 33, yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's older.
Yeah, he's older.
Okay, then yeah, this is so much worse than I thought.
Ah!
I was gonna be like, well, that's your problem. He's
a
younger.
child. And
Yeah,
he
he's a
doesn't know what
child,
he's doing.
and he's 23 and shouldn't be getting engaged. I know I did, but don't do that. Your children, don't do that. So he's 33.
He's 33 now. They've been together for 4 years. So they got together when she was 22, and him when he was 29.
Okay, that's a pretty big difference in life experience.
We've lived together for 3 years, and it's been wonderful. I really think he is the one for me.
Mm-hmm.
We've had the occasional conversation about marriage, and I've always been clear that while I'm not obsessed with having a big ring or an expensive wedding, I do value the thought and effort that goes into a proposal. Up until a year ago, we shared expenses pretty evenly and have a joint account for life expenses like rent, utilities, groceries, etc., along with our own accounts. My fiance unfortunately got let go about a year ago and has been struggling with finding another job that pays as well and has the same benefits as his last one. So our savings account is pretty much solely made up of my income at the moment. We're not necessarily in a bad financial position right now, but I can't fund our means by myself forever, and I've been spending as little as possible on things like takeout and other leisure.
Okay.
A week ago, my fiance planned a nice evening out. He took me to a really high-end restaurant and proposed to me there. I cried my eyes out and told him yes. The ring was larger than I anticipated, but beautiful nonetheless. I thought it was one of the happiest days of my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days ago, though, while checking my accounts, I was shocked to find a much lower balance and withdrawals I didn't recognize. Sure enough, upon investigation, my fiance had used our savings, pretty much my savings, on the proposal. He never mentioned anything to me, much less asked me, and I was furious. When I showed him and asked him what he was thinking, he got defensive and told me it was our money. He said that we were practically married anyways and would be sharing everything. We argued for a bit, and he told me I was ruining what should have been a happy moment. Since then, I haven't known what to do. I haven't told anyone because I just told my closest family and friends that I'm engaged and I don't want drama already. My fiance and I are barely speaking to each other, and I'm wondering if I'm overreacting because his proposal was beautiful and sweet and is technically shared savings.
Okay. So I don't think you're the asshole.
Oh, overreacting.
Or I'm sorry, I don't think you're the asshole that's overreacting.
There you go.
I do think that you guys should have a conversation about money.
For sure.
Because I understand you're like, okay, well, most of this money in here is mine. But if it is a shared account and you are doing life together, you don't get to fucking throw that in people's like faces when you want. That's not convenient. That being said, if he's pulling out money out of even you guys were putting in equal amounts of money and he's pulling out like pretty large chunks of money, that should also be discussed. You should be having a conversation about, hey, like when we shared a bank account when we had the business in the States. Now we're individual like contractors, tradies here, or sole traders. But when we shared an account, if we had to make a big purchase, we would always like clear it with the other person, even when it was like, hey, obviously we're doing it for the business and like This is what, but just to let someone know. And I understand you're probably thinking, well, he didn't want to ruin the surprise.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, he needs to like squirrel that money away or figure out another way to do it. Because though I think that his like thought is sweet, there's some pretty big serious conversations around like finances and what you do with your money as a couple, especially if you guys are sharing funds and like sharing accounts.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that a problem like this hasn't arisen beforehand. Because it sounds like they've been living together for 3 out of the 4 years that they've been together.
Yeah, but she said they earned about the same amount before that, or like he had a job and then he's like lost that job and now has like less.
I don't know if they earned the same amount, but yeah, they definitely they shared expenses pretty evenly.
Yes,
and
they
have
shared
an
expenses,
account for life expenses.
So
like
I
that.
would then assume that like
It
because
could
they
have been
shared the
even,
expenses,
or at
like,
least the expenses were even. You know, they were splitting the expenses evenly. But yeah, a whole year. Yeah, that makes sense. And it's only been a year. Well, I say only been a year since he's been struggling to find a job, but a year is still a really long time. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard because this life situation, obviously, I don't think this person's overreacting either. I think it's a valid reason to get upset. I would love to see her fiance like validate her feelings, but then also be like, okay, yeah, we do need to have a serious conversation about what you expect this money would be like, or what it should be for,
and like what our money means to both of them. Both of them need to be really clear about what our money means.
Totally.
Because I got from that where she's like, okay, well, this is my money because I've mostly put it in here, and it's like, whoa, if you're doing life with someone, you gotta fucking not do that. Like that whole like you versus me thing doesn't work. Like this is my money. Like that is part of when you choose to do life with somebody, there are going to be times in which like Caboose has supported me, and then there have been times in which I've supported him, and that is how that works. And at no point am I like, okay, well, this is my money, I've paid for the bulk of this, or like that's not how that works. When you are going into it being like, we are one unit, this is our money. But that being said, we get to decide what we're spending our money on. So having that conversation
of like, we need more communication.
So I agree. He should validate, but I think there's also validation on her side of like, hey, I understand that like this is really sweet. Yeah. But this is obviously a communication problem that we have not previously talked about money.
Do you want to know how much he took out?
Yeah.
Around $3,500.
That's actually not expensive for an engagement ring.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. However, you know, I don't know what their situation like is.
I would have needed to know how much was in there, because if your whole account had $4,000 in it,
then
and he
that's
took out that much,
up. Yeah.
Yeah. But if your account had like $50,000 and he took out $3,000, I can see where he would be like, it's not that bad. Yeah. And in his brain, if you guys are operating on that's my money, your money on that shared account, he's probably thinking that $3,000 is what he's previously put into that account. Yeah. If that's your mentality there. Like, unless you're clear about it.
Yeah,
like,
maybe like actually have a conversation with the fiance and be like, okay, did you think that this was okay because you were thinking about the $3,000 that you previously put into this account, or was it really like a spur of the moment kind of blind decision? Because like I don't know, I'm a firm believer that like the proposal shouldn't be like it shouldn't be a surprise that you are proposing to someone. Your partner should know that you're planning on proposing. The proposal can be a surprise, though. The proposal itself can be a surprise, but your partner shouldn't be surprised when you propose, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like it's not out of the blue. You guys have talked about marriage.
About wanting to get married, et cetera, et cetera. And, like, I don't know, because OP as well has already said, like, I didn't want it to be, like, really a big deal. I can understand why it would, like, be a little bit more hurtful on the other side of things, too.
But I think that's also, like, just to play devil's advocate here, is maybe that ring... $3,500 for an engagement ring is not a lot. So again,
well, mind you, it's also the night out as well. Like an expensive night out. So.
But she did say how she gets engaged to matters. The story matters, which means the expensive night out. Like if I'm a dude, or even if you tell me that, I'm like, okay, but you wanted a nice night out. So you said the story is what matters, which means I'm going to spend money to take you out for a really good story. Because you said you care about how it's done. You just don't care about the ring.
Yeah, the thought and the effort.
So, the thought and effort. So for a lot of like men, an expensive night out is the thought and effort into it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just adding to that. I'm not saying that like it's not just the ring that was $3,500. It was also the night out as well.
As part of that $3,500?
Yeah.
Oh, so the ring's even less?
It's even less. That wasn't
sake.
the ring itself. The ring itself, it's the ring plus the night out was around $3,500.
I misunderstood you. I thought it was the ring was $3,500 and then the cost of the night outs on top of that. But like, no, he's taking you out. And I guess what I was going to come back to, what I was originally going to say is, you don't know how much of a big deal the ring is to him. Because I think this is like one of the issues that I do have with like the patriarchal construct of like wedding days and engagements is that we center women only. And don't get me wrong, I know that women are not centered at all. So we only get a couple things in our lives, and that's shit. And that's garbage.
Yeah.
But if this person is someone you're doing life with, you should probably know like what matters to them when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't give a shit about having like a big fancy ring or even having like diamonds or anything on my ring. And to be clear, I do not have a big fancy ring. I think it was like my latest wedding band one that I got at like 10 years was like $800. And that was a really expensive ring to me.
Totally.
But to Caboose, having like something shiny on there, like having a diamond on there, or in my case, a fake one, is a really big deal to him because it makes him really happy to see that on my finger.
Totally. Yeah.
So the same way that like his wedding band is made out of meteorite because I like him and I both have a love of the stars. And when he had mentioned that like, you know, that would be kind of cool. He has one that's made out of dinosaur bones, and that is purely for him because well, I guess we both love dinosaurs, but I don't give a shit about dinosaur bones, but I care a lot about meteorite in there. And so it's about you and your partner. So asking him like, why did you pick that? And not in like a shitty way, but an understanding way of like, oh, what was it about that ring that like made you want to pick it for me?
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, I get it. You're upset about the amount of money spent. That's hard. My husband went out and bought a fucking $70 or $70,000 truck one day. And that was a big like, oops, you didn't talk to me. That was kind of fucked moment.
Right, totally.
But having that conversation around like, what are we doing with our money, and what is your money and my money, and what is our money, and at what price points? Because we had this conversation with the business, like at what price point do we need to tell each other stuff? Because you'd be like, hey, I'm buying something for the shop, and it was $20. And I'm like, brother, I don't need to know about $20.
Absolutely.
But like you needed to communicate that because you're like, but I feel guilty. And I'm like, okay.
But like it makes me feel better to let you know that like I'm not like just going to just spend this money.
Yeah.
Just to spend it. Like I need you to know that it's A, for the studio, and B, that it's happening.
You know? Then because I didn't think that like that was an amount worth communicating, I then had to come in and be like, hey, I haven't been telling you when I spend $20. So like, what is that like limit for you? And you're like, no, you don't have to communicate from your side. I have to for mine. Yeah. So opening up the dialogue in your relationship and being like, hey, I get why he feels defensive. And like, does it suck that he can't validate you? Yes.
Absolutely. I think that like this is part of the like unsexy part about doing life with someone and like starting a relationship, or like even going into a marriage is like, yeah, you need to figure out like what price points matter. So like literally like what you said. And if it doesn't matter to the other person, still validating and just being like, okay, that's fine. Like, that's good that you need to let me know that or whatever. Yeah. What amount of money is a lot of money for something like that? And also what situation deems you telling me, and then what situation deems you not telling me. And a lot of that, I think, too, is like experience, unfortunately. So they might have just hit like an experience block. Oh, a hard one too.
Guarantee this is the fucking like first money of like that kind that they've like,
which sucks because it's a proposal too. You know, which is
but when you've been with someone for a long time, it then becomes a joke. Like at this point, I can joke about the fact that Caboose was like, "Oh, I think I'm like might look at trucks."
Totally.
And then drove back home with a truck that day.
Yeah.
And was like, I told you I was going to go look at trucks. I'm like, you didn't tell me you were signing us up for $73,000 worth of debt, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know you were going to buy one.
Yeah. So like, it's one of those things that like, you have to just run into that wall and then be like, ouch, okay, we should talk about this.
Totally, yeah. So, I mean...
So I don't think she's overreacting either.
I don't think she's
like,
overreacting.
I think that like...
I think that they just need to have a conversation.
Because that's painful for both of them.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, at least with like hard things like this, it will eventually become a joke.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll joke about it later. Hopefully. In a healthy relationship.
All right. Ready for your next one? Am I overreacting for almost breaking up with my girlfriend after she complained about layovers on first class flights that I booked?
I need more context. I don't know.
Okay. So,
how bad was the complaining?
How bad was it? And also, what were the layovers like?
Yeah. How bad were the layovers?
Yeah.
Is she jet lagged?
How long is your travel time after
she
those
sick?
layovers? So I, 29 male, surprised my girlfriend, 27 female, with a international first class tickets I managed to book literally one day before departure using my points.
Because I'm on her side right now. That's too short notice.
You think that's too short of notice?
For an international trip?
Well, I mean, hold on. Because we're in Prague right now, and she wants to go back home. So they're already on a trip, but she wants to go back home. So I don't know why she wants to go back home.
Maybe we'll get more context, but
we're talking lie flat seats, champagne, the works. Only affordable thanks to a win on steak, whatever that is. I guess it's an airline company. When I showed her the itinerary, instead of being excited, she immediately started complaining about the layovers. Why do we have to stop in 3 different cities? That's going to be exhausting. Couldn't you find direct flights? Are some of the things that she had said. I was honestly shocked. Do you know how hard it is to find any first class availability on such short notice, let alone with points? I spent hours trying to make this work and saved us thousands of dollars. I got pretty upset and told her she was being ungrateful. The argument escalated and I almost ended things right there. She thinks I'm massively overreacting and should have expected some feedback on the itinerary.
That's true.
But like first class international tickets on one day's notice with points. This is so funny. It's am I overreacting? But he still said, am I the asshole? Again, this Reddit is very similar.
Yes.
My bad. I should have found a different subreddit.
No, you're good.
Am I the asshole for thinking this shows a fundamental lack of appreciation and almost breaking up over it? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so I don't care if it's first class. I'm not doing 3 layovers.
3 layovers is a lot.
That's
3?
too much.
And also depending, I'm also like
3
I would
layovers
love
is
to know
a ton.
This okay, so OP, unreliable narrator, has conveniently left out where they're headed.
Oh yeah.
If they're in Prague right now, how far is home? How far away is home? Is home, because I'm assuming that home, if it were a direct flight, would be obviously 10 times shorter than this 3 layover bullshit.
Yeah, 12 hours.
Like how far away is home?
Yeah, like how long is that flight?
Yeah.
Because like, and again, I think it shows like a fundamental difference in like what they both want.
Yes.
Because if it's you and me and we're going first class and there's going to be 3 layovers, first off, I do need to know a little bit more, but I am more like, lackadaisical with you. I'm more like willing to just be like, okay, whatever, we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, no matter what.
We're gonna
get
giggle. It's a funny story about how it took us 36 hours to get home.
Yeah, but it saved us like $5,000.
Yeah, it saved us like $5,000, but it's 36 hours to get home, and it was crazy.
And like, it was horrible. We were like, we were so like zombies in the fucking
because also
airport.
3 layovers is 4 flights.
Yep.
And so, like, yeah, dog, I don't want to do a fucking, like, as someone who does not love flying.
Yeah.
I do not want to do 4 fucking takeoffs and 4 landings.
That's a lot.
Suck my dick. That's so much.
That's a lot.
I've done 3 flights to get somewhere, and I was like, I don't know that I want to do this again.
Yeah.
So that's a shit ton.
It's also really
and I don't
stressful,
care.
like making your layovers, because at the idea that like at one point one of your flights could be fucked up, then you're all of a sudden like spending the night in a different city or something.
Yep.
Like that shit sucks.
And depending on the airline and where you're at, you may or may not get comped on shit.
Yeah.
So then you're trying to figure stuff out.
Yep.
So like that's just a lot of moving parts. Also 24 hours for an international trip. I don't care if it's going home, whatever. That's too short for a lot of people to prepare.
Yeah.
So, like, you think you're like, oh, look at me, I'm surprising. That's a lot for someone to process. And for me to say, okay, so in 24 hours, we're going to go and do an international trip. We're just going, we don't live in the States anymore. So we're going to go from here to the States. We have 3 layovers, but it's first class. Ugh. You're going to, exactly.
Yeah.
Your first reaction is like,
Okay.
Holy fuck, this is going to be such a long, like, time for me to be on a plane and for me to be traveling,
Yeah.
because it's very different when you're traveling
You're
than
gonna
when
be
you
hurting.
arrive.
Your body is fucked after long
Yeah.
flights. Like, so
Mhm.
fucked. And then it's a constant up, down, up, down.
Mhm.
Like, that shit sucks.
And
It's
like,
hard.
I get it. You're like, oh, but they're first class. You're still eating airplane food.
Yeah.
You're still pissing in an airplane toilet.
Mhm.
You're still dealing with like inflammation. You're dealing with the fact that you're on a giant petri dish.
Mhm.
Like, let's not fucking make flying what it isn't, which
Yeah.
is that it's this like amazing luxury thing. There's a reason why all of these senators and congressmen and all of these fucking like billionaires in the United States are doing everything they can to fly privately.
Yeah.
That they are not outlawing anything for them to get on a private fucking jet,
Mhm.
because we all know that planes nowadays, first class or not, are the same as a public bus.
Yep.
They suck.
Mhm.
So like, no, you are either overreacting and or the asshole, whichever you want to say, for
Mhm.
springing that on someone, and then also not just letting her process her emotions.
Oh, yeah, totally. And also, like, let's talk about as well, like, there was a severe lack of, like, collaboration in this plan.
And that's what
where,
he fucking
like,
says in there, where she's like, hey, I wish you would have, like...
Yeah, literally. Like, well, she says that, like, you know, gosh, he should have, he should have expected some feedback
Mhm.
on the itinerary, especially, like, if you just decided to take the reins and book the tickets. Like, that's not cool to spring that
No.
on somebody.
Mm-mm.
And it's okay for your partner to get upset about it. So
that's fucking nuts, dude.
yeah, I'm glad
I have a
that-
lot of opinions on that. I'm
Yeah.
not doing that.
No,
Like,
I don't.
first class is cool, but not for fucking 3 layovers.
Yeah. Again, unreliable narrator as well. How long are these fucking flights? Because
Mhm.
first class is like kind of a joke if you're only there for 45 minutes, like
Oh,
at a time.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That
it's
does
not,
suck when you're like, cool, this is such a tiny flight.
Yeah.
That like, Or I've had, Caboose and I did first class once,
Mhm.
and the stewardess fucking hated us.
Mm.
Because everyone up there is like super business looking, like look like they're fucking rich.
Totally.
Him and I had first class tickets because
Mm-hmm.
he had like a bunch of points and shit from when he like traveled for work.
Yeah.
And like, she did not bring us anything. Like, what you could like order off a menu.
That sucks.
And you'd like press. She brought us like our first drinks, and like then that was it. And then I'm like, hey, like, we're trying to like order our food because we had to tell her what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Just constantly fucking ignoring us.
Yeah, that's awful.
At one point, he just like flagged down another like flight attendant to be like, hi, she's not helping us. Like, our light's been on this whole time, and she would come and like hit the light, turn it off, and just walk away.
That's awful.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So like, again, just because it's first class doesn't guarantee that it's gonna be fucking nice.
no.
You could end up with like a tyrant that's just like, no, fuck y'all, pavos.
Mhm.
What are you doing here?
Totally. Awful. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Next story. Am I overreacting if it's just 2 pennies?
Oh, this is gonna be good.
There's a little Iranian shop by where I live I've been frequenting the past year. Every third Sunday, I have my cheat day where I purchase one 360-calorie pastry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ritual I truly adore, and I love that the pastries are large enough that I can split them into even fourths and half a 90-calorie treat every Sunday for sticking to my weight loss plan. Good for you, Opie.
Good job. Yep.
It is equally convenient that they sell my favorite incense. Incense and pastries.
Yeah, this is great.
Recently, they hired someone new, and every time I go in when he is working the cash register, he never gives me exact change. He always rounds down and gives me 60 cents instead of 62. Last time he did it, I even politely acknowledged it, and he argued with me. I showed him that what he handed me, and I said, I'm sorry, but this change isn't right. It's 62 cents. And he told me, no, the total was $5.38. I give you 60. Get out of my face if you don't like it. I was drawn back by this, so I just quietly said, my mistake, there must be a misunderstanding, collected my receipt, and left. I'm autistic, and having a ritual for an entire year does dramatically affect my quality of life, but I don't want to deal with this conflict further and get him into trouble with his boss over 2 cents. But at the end of the day, it is my money that he's choosing to take without my consent. And that adds up over time.
And also rude. That's not nice.
No, it's the principle of it.
I was really hoping this would be a story about how she didn't want to pay 2 cents. And then I'd be like, yeah, you're shit. But no, that's not cool, dude.
It's awful.
Especially because, like, in that case, and I'm going to come to her defense, if you're over there, like, she can just find somewhere else. As somebody who's autistic and relies on, like, a lot of rituals and like safe places.
Yes.
That's devastating because she knows what those pastries are like.
Yeah.
She knows that incense smells like that. She knows the price. It's a very safe ritual.
Totally.
And that's fucked up. And if you cannot relate to that, if you came home and all your furniture was gone, how would you feel?
Yeah, if you came home and you never knew what your furniture was going to look like or where it was going to be that day, like you could open the door and the couch is right there.
Yeah.
That's essentially what that's like.
Yeah, and then the next day you come in and there's like no couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's like to like be somebody who's autistic that like has these safe things. That's awful.
I get that it only adds up to 34 cents.
I don't care.
But those 34 cents are being stolen from me. I feel
also, you're autistic and you're a counter, so like
clearly, it's also horrible customer service. I feel very confused and insulted by this. I'm Asian and Haitian, and we don't behave this way. I don't understand if this is something cultural or if he's just a bully. Am I overreacting for being emotionally affected by this? Am I overreacting for wanting to find a different bakery completely to purchase from every third weekend to replace this bakery?
Yes, do that.
I know it's just 2 cents and maybe I am overreacting, but I feel very taken advantage of by this.
It's not fair.
No, it's not fair. And also that triggers your autism, too.
Like, and yeah, like justice.
Yes.
That's a big deal. And like, I'm not going to lie. I would totally tell his boss.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Because, like, that's the level of justice. And I don't care if you're like, oh, you're a rat, you're a narc. Fuck you, dude. First off, I'll flip so quick. So, like, don't fucking rely on me. Because my aunt touched my bag once in the airport. And they, like, brought the, like, bomb dogs out for it. And it was a whole thing. They pulled me off to the side. And it was super scary. And they were like, has anyone else handled your bag? And I was like, oh my God, I left it in the car with my aunt. My fucking aunt, y'all, who I love to death.
You're gonna narc on her.
Yeah, and I was
She's
like...
the one who put the bomb in my head.
Like, ready to tell her full name. And she was a police officer, retired as a police officer. Like, obviously would not have put a bomb. It wasn't bombs, it was bread. And a weird charging cable that just looked it really did look like a bomb.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, dude, I was ready to narc on her in a minute. But I would for sure, like, I could not do that.
No.
Like, I would either have to find a new bakery and then that would make me cry a bunch, or I would have to be like, can I just talk to your boss to be like, hey, I know that this might not be a big deal, but I'm not okay with this. And again, I'm autistic. So, like,
yeah.
That's awful because I would be counting every time and it would ruin the incense and it would ruin the pastry.
It ruins it.
Because now it's been tinged with your fucking hate for you saying, get out of my face.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you touching my food. Don't put your hate in my food.
Yeah. At that point,
that's rude.
It's really demoralizing and also like, yeah, that sucks because it was a ritual for a year. And you even had a plan. Like, this pastry meant a lot to you or to this person. And like, They had a plan to split it up into fourths.
Well, and like this is your like treat. This is your reward. It should only be good.
It should only be good stuff. I don't care if it was 1 cent. You still deserve that cent.
And it makes it worse that it's 2.
It really
takes
does.
It like an even number. Like, just adjust the prices then, dude.
Yeah. Fucking
dickwad. Stop stealing everyone's change. This is a really shitty, slow money laundering situation.
It's
just stealing
really slow
pennies and like change off of people.
Money laundering. That's really funny. God.
He's like, after 1 day, I have 30 cents.
So the verdict is not overreacting.
No,
I don't think you're overreacting.
Overreact his face with those pennies.
All right, ready for another one?
Yes. I hope this one's not as... That one was hard. That was a really hard story.
Yeah, hard. I mean, we had pastries. We had autism. We had pennies. We had bullies.
We had bullies. He's a bully.
He's a bully. He's a fucking
penny bully.
What a dickhead.
Ugh.
Okay. All right, here's another one. This is kind of easy.
Okay.
Am I overreacting for walking out of my own birthday dinner?
Never.
Never. It's your birthday. You can do whatever the fuck
it's
you
your
want.
birthday.
You can do whatever you want.
As long as you're not physically harming someone or emotionally harming people, you can do whatever you want. If you need to leave.
Yes.
I cannot wait to go on this journey with you.
I know, right? It's your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I turned 28 last night. My boyfriend, 30-year-old male, told me he booked a table at my favorite restaurant. I was actually really excited for this because this year's been rough and I just wanted one night to relax and feel special.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Understandable. Me too. Me too. After a rough year. When we got there, I realized he'd invited his 2 best friends and one of their girlfriends. I already do not like this. I already am not about it. I don't like it. His friends, not your friends. Not your friends? Also, when you're kind of expecting a like one-on-one date scenario, that's like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my thing is if you're going to surprise someone, try to make the surprise as close
What's your advice?
To the actual thing that's happening.
Yeah, as close to the original plan.
Don't put people don't be like, hey, like we're this person, you're going to have plans with them, and then all of a sudden you don't have plans with them.
Totally.
Because if you're like us, like if Caboose were to be like, hey, you and Callie are going to like go to dinner, and then he was like, oh no, Callie's not going to be there. I'm taking you dinner. I love him, but I would be like prepared for girls' day.
Oh, for sure. I'd feel sad that like, oh dang it, I don't get to see you. Now I have to like completely, like that's also a neurospicy thing. Like now I have to completely like reframe everything.
Whereas if he was like, hey, you and Callie are gonna go, to dinner, and then he's also like, surprise, we're also here.
Yeah.
And then like other people I like show up. Then I'm like, ooh, more people I like.
Also, then
Perfect.
it's dinner. Because it'd be different if he was like, yeah, we're just gonna go to the museum. You'd show up in museum clothes.
Oh yeah.
You know
that's
what I
why
mean?
It's gotta be like as close as possible.
Yeah.
But like do not surprise me with your friends for my birthday.
I already don't like this. And the random girlfriend. Okay, anyways.
So what, her and I can fucking just talk shit about you being an idiot?
Yeah. Okay.
Because unless that's happening, no.
I didn't mind at first, she says.
She's so nice.
I get along with them fine. But then when the menus came, one of his friends joked, don't worry about prices. The birthday girl's paying. I laughed, thinking it was just a dumb joke. But no, they were serious. Brother, they ordered...
Break up with this dude.
That is fucked up. They ordered cocktails, appetizers, and the most expensive mains on the menu. I had one drink and a regular meal. It wasn't even special for you because you couldn't even order what you wanted.
Also, can we just say, she said, I like them fine. I like them fine is not the people you spend your birthday with.
That's not the people you spend your birthday with. Oh my God. I like them fine is crazy. Okay, so
Also, why are you shouldn't even be paying for your own dinner on your birthday.
No.
Like, your birthday dinner should be paid for by the people that are there.
Oh, period. It's your birthday. You're not paying,
You're not paying for shit. We're celebrating you. We're not making you pay for us. That's shitty.
Period.
Oh.
When the bill came, it was way more than I could afford. My boyfriend just slid it over to me without even asking. This guy is a piece of shit.
Oh, brother,
this guy stinks. I quietly told him I couldn't pay that much, and he said, just put it on your credit card. It's your night. It's your night? Like, that's like, you're supposed to be fucking excited. It's your birthday. Just put it on your credit card. It's your night.
Yeah,
it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Your birthday. You're
what
supposed
are
to be
you talking about?
Like, trying to gaslight her into thinking that's
it's
always
your night. This is how you do birthdays. You pay for everyone. You didn't know that?
You didn't know that? Also, the people that like
you didn't invite.
Had no idea. Yeah, the people you like just fine. Like, oh my God. I felt completely blindsided and embarrassed, as you should, honestly. They were still laughing and making plans to go to a bar after, so I excused myself to use the bathroom, called a ride, and went home.
Good.
Now he's mad at me for making a scene and says I embarrassed him. His friends are calling me stingy. Was I really overreacting for leaving? This guy and his friends all suck ass. They all need to go.
If his friends are like that, and he's friends with them, he probably sucks.
He sucks.
I do agree that like you need to like your like spouse's friends because we are the sum of the 5 people that we see the most in our lives, which means if all of their friends suck, they probably suck. And if you're like, no, he's not like his friends, he is. He really is. If all of his friends are like this, he's also like this.
Period.
So like when we're in a relationship with someone, it's never in isolation. We are always in a relationship with their family, their friends, whoever they're in contact with. And even honestly, like, I'm not in contact with a lot of my family, but the residual trauma that exists and those residual relationships that exist have still affected my relationship with Caboose.
Totally.
Which means he's still technically in relationship with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, dude, this guy sucks.
This guy sucks, and his friends are a reflection of that.
Yes, that's the succinct way of saying it.
Top 1% commenter said, "So who paid?" OP replied back with, "My boyfriend ended up paying after I left, and now he's extra mad about it."
Good. Fuck him.
Fuck him!
Fuck him. Let him be mad.
Another commenter was like, "Well, he invited them all and booked the table. A normal partner would treat you for your birthday, but he invited his friends and encouraged them to order expensive stuff and wanted you to pay for it? No. Ditch him." And I agree.
Goodness gracious.
Obviously,
that dude's a douche nozzle.
Fun story though, right? I feel so bad for OP. Fuck that dude. But
also ruining your birthday and then trying to gaslight you to be like, I can't believe
it's
you
your
embarrassed
night.
me.
Well, no, it's, to me, it's like, it's your night. Just put it on your credit card. Like, that's a normal fucking thing.
I'm not paying for them.
That's crazy.
You know what? You did the exact correct thing, which was leaving and not paying that bill.
Period.
So he had to pay it.
I'm so proud.
Know,
you taught him a lesson.
If you put it on your credit card, he wouldn't get to pay you back.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
No.
not.
If you can remove yourself from that situation, I hope you do.
Go.
Because that one's, I don't know. To me, that's too big. Like, if someone did that to me, I'd be like, I can't.
No, you can't move past this. Like, you're a fucking asshole.
If someone was my friend and did that, I would be like, we're not friends.
Oh,
it's fine.
100%.
You're a douche nozzle.
We can't do this anymore. So that person shouldn't be in OP's life.
Not even a douchebag. You're only the nozzle.
Just the nozzle.
Yeah.
Okay. Another story. I know that one was fun.
Perfect.
We're flying through these stories, so maybe it's a good thing that I sent 8.
I know, right?
Am I overreacting that I should contact the police? This ex sent me this text after not speaking to me in years. Okay, you ready for the text?
Okay, let me just say before the text, if you feel like you need to contact the police, contact the police.
There's a reason why you feel that way.
If you get that feeling in your gut that says, hey, I'm in danger, I quite frankly do not care what this text says. You are correct in not overreacting. If you feel scared, that is valid.
Yeah.
That is never at any point is you being scared, you overreacting.
As a society, like, there are so many women that are being gaslit into thinking that their fears aren't legitimate, and those women end up getting murdered.
Yes.
Literally. So,
well, and murder is the leading cause of death for pregnant women in the United States.
Can you fucking believe that? Murder! Yeah. Murder!
Like, so, I mean, you guys, come on. Yeah. Like, no. Whatever this is, I wholeheartedly hope you contacted the police.
Yeah, regardless of what the text says. But I'm still going to read the text because I'm a messy bitch and I love to hear it. Okay. Hi,
well, at this point, if you didn't read the text, everyone would be like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, totally.
You'd be like, call the police. Bye. End of story.
Okay. Hi, OP. It's me. I know this is coming out of nowhere, especially since we haven't talked in 7 years, but it's urgent. I'm supposed to be getting married in less than 5 hours, but I can't. I just can't. It's not right because it was always supposed to be you. You're the one I pictured walking down the aisle, having a house with, having babies with. I'm sorry for how everything went, and I love you and want to start over and make things right. Do you still live at old address? I am literally driving over right now, and I'm leaving the wedding, and I need to come see you. Please call me back. I love you so much.
Oh my God.
Dude.
Okay, so this is where we know that we have a fear of being murdered by men. Because if I was not afraid for her to be murdered by this man, then I would be like, oh, you send that screenshot to like everyone at his wedding.
Yeah, 100%. You
do not let that
poor,
and not that it's your responsibility. But I would be like, oh, your soon-to-be bride needs to see this.
Absolutely.
Because you're fucking insane.
Yeah, also...
But coming over, I'm like, oh, no, you need to dip.
This
you need to
ex's
get out.
family also needs to see this because hopefully there is someone logical enough to know, like, this person really needs help.
Yes.
This is not okay. This is not okay behavior, and I don't think you're overreacting for calling the police.
And I hope to God got the fuck out of there.
OP also said, sorry, this is the caption underneath the text message. I just received this text from my ex of 2 years. They only dated for 2 years. This is the first time we have spoken in years, 7 years, literally. And I had no idea he was even engaged. This feels insane to me. He tried calling me 3 times and I have not picked up once. He knows my address. Oh, it was her actual address.
Yeah.
And says he's coming over. I called my friend panicking. She said I should just talk to him, but I'm feeling scared even though he didn't do anything in the past to hurt me physically.
What the fuck is wrong with your friend? Get out of there.
Bad friend.
You don't stay there.
No.
If a
Bad
person
friend.
that has not contacted you in 7 years and is suddenly panicking to see you,
Yeah.
y'all, this is not the movies. That shit ain't romantic.
No.
It ain't cute. No, you get the fuck out of there.
You also don't know.
Out of there. And your friend, bad on you.
Yeah.
You're the person that's in a documentary talking about how your friend got fucking murdered.
Yeah. Yeah.
And your jackwagon self told her to stay there.
Told her that it's fine.
That dude's fucking crazy.
That dude's crazy. Also,
I also don't even know where my exes live.
You don't know if he has a weapon. That's my biggest thing too. You don't know if he's like carrying anything. You don't know if like even if he didn't have a weapon, you don't know what kind of lengths he'll go to break into your house.
That's crazy.
What's really disappointing is the top comment is, I am not understanding why you wouldn't tell him not to come to your house and not to contact you anymore first. Was he abusive? If not, then yes, I think you are overreacting by wanting to call the police as the first step. That's fucking terrible advice.
Okay.
Fuck you, Reddit.
Yeah, like, you're such a douche nozzle for that. No, dude, you leave. Like,
no. You find someone safe to stay with.
Yeah. You find someone safe to stay with,
yeah.
and you contact the police because that is genuinely insane behavior.
Yeah.
The fact that he's like, oh, I'm on my way. Like, no, dude, that's crazy. We haven't spoke in years.
Yeah.
And if I didn't pick up the phone, this would be a very different thing. So for anyone who's currently like, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If he just called her and spoke to her on the phone and was like, hey, I'm about to get married and I realized that like you're the one, like, that would be a totally different like conversation to have. But the fact that he put in there, like, are you still at this address?
Yeah.
Gives it an air of like threatening of like, I know where you live.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, that's what makes it like, and I'm coming over makes it more threatening than just, hey, I am about to get married and I realize that like I've made the biggest mistake. Also, that right there, I'm not doing the emotional labor for you, motherfucker.
Oh, hell no.
So,
you
like,
you
figure out your own life, split up with your fucking wife. Don't put me on the back burner and be like, hey, because, like, why are you contacting me? Because you want to fucking see if you can just marry me instead? You want a fucking backup plan before you dump your current chick? No. Clean up your own fucking life. You're already a messy-ass individual, so get your shit together before you contact me, and you better not show up at my fucking house. Like, that is so sketchy scary.
I think that, like, even if this dude wasn't planning on anything but, like, a love confession when he arrived at her door,
you also don't know if she's with someone.
He doesn't know if she's with someone. But also, my biggest thing is men, a lot of men really don't have the awareness, the situational awareness to know that they are inherently more threatening. As much as like good guys like to say like, oh, you know, like I would never do that, et cetera, there are certain actions that you shouldn't do around women. There are certain things you shouldn't say around women because like at the end of the day,
like your mom's gorgeous.
Like, yeah, that's from the Am I the Asshole episode if you guys want to go check that out. But there is a certain air of like tone deafness that happens here because men don't realize that like they are like literally the leading cause of women dying.
Yes.
So when, you know, we tend to get murdered by men, 98% of the time or whatever, and femicide is only going up, there are certain things that you as a man like shouldn't say. You shouldn't say, hey, I'm going to your house. You shouldn't like ever, I don't know, even if he wasn't physically abusive, I feel like there are still there's some red flags.
I also don't care if he was physically abusive or not, because most men that do end up killing like a woman, it's because of a romantic altercation. Yeah. So when it happens, and this is not just me pulling shit out of my ass, this is literally something that I study and something that I'm very passionate and interested in. And it happens because it is the like jilted lover, and not in the way that you're thinking that women are jilted lovers, but it's the case that like either he like basically he has been denied whatever romantic desire he wants. So a lot of like husbands that cheat and kill, it's because they want to get rid of their current wife because she is causing problems for him to move on to this next woman.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of stalkers that kill women have not had very many interactions with them, but have a fixation. And this to me is stalker fixation, like behavior.
Totally.
This goes right in that realm of completely crossing boundaries, because unsolicited showing up at someone else's house is crossing a boundary.
Totally.
And then being like, hey, I'm coming over. This is where you live. Like basically implying I know where you live and I'm coming over is an incredibly threatening thing and is not okay behavior. And if you're like, no, I just don't think it's a big deal, then I really advise doing some more research and checking out what is her name? Let me find it.
Is it a podcast?
Yes. Real Crime Profile, I want to say it is.
Is she the Australian one?
She's English.
She's English, sorry.
I'm trying to remember.
Totally good. Yeah, there's a podcast that we're like specifically talks about like femicide and the rise of it, and also like the red flags in men's behavior. And it doesn't matter if he was physically abusive to you in the past. We also have talked about this like before, that emotional abuse is still the cornerstone of all abuse. You cannot have like physical abuse without being emotionally abused first. It's typically how it works. So I'm really worried that like OP just hasn't seen any red flags before, because it's giving stalker, it's giving obsessive behavior. Yeah. And also again, that fear clearly still lives inside of her, and she needs to listen to that. Okay, so her name is Laura Richards, and
crime analyst. And her podcast and also her website is Crime Analyst.
Yeah.
And femicide is something that she specializes in.
Yeah.
And I subscribe to her Patreon, so I get to listen to more in-depth like podcasts and watch videos. And she does free courses on understanding like why feminicide happens and how to prevent it. So how to keep yourself and other people safe. So for the friend saying, oh my God, no, like just talk to him. No, dude, you need like, hopefully she left the house, and I'm assuming hopefully she's okay. And this is not somebody's post that we then are like, okay, cool, he killed her.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like, you're at no point is she overreacting.
Yeah, she gosh, it's really scary. So the last time she posted was 5 days ago, and she was talking about what kind of Ring cameras she should get. I'm assuming because it's very scary, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm really disappointed by everyone at the comments, because most of them are saying that she's overreacting. So an update. This is from 6 days ago, back when she posted it. Update, I have contacted him over text telling him not to come, and he hasn't responded yet, but did try to call me again twice. I didn't respond. I'm at work, so I feel physically safe. Not that I felt endangered to begin with, but I was just very nervous. I don't know. I think you did feel endangered. I don't know.
Well, I think with everyone also
like gaslighting her and
telling her she's overreacting, she's gonna naturally play it down.
Yeah. She said, I'm not going to call the police, but I have let my family know, along with my supervisor and a few friends who live near me. Thank you, everyone, for the helpful advice. This still feels like a really weird dream to me. And then,
oh my God, do I have to sign up for Reddit so I can be like, here's this like great resource?
Maybe.
Check out Crime Analyst.
She posted again 5 days ago, another update. Wanted to post an update that I'm okay, and it's been a really emotionally exhausting day and crazier than I could have anticipated. I don't have the strength in me to post a full update of what happened today, but I will tomorrow. I was not expecting this to blow up this much, and I asked to kindly not send threats/death threats, please, because I have received some. Thank you, and I'm truly sorry if this worried anyone. I'm really okay, but it got a lot crazier than I thought it would. And then,
my God, people are terrible.
We don't have any other updates after that, which is really disappointing. Just for OP's sake, I feel really awful, because a lot of people, again, this is why like women get murdered, because the rest of society is saying you're overreacting, and I don't think you're overreacting.
Also, why is anyone else sending her death threats?
I'm like, you fucking people are actually insane.
What's wrong with you people?
Fucking crazy. And anyways, so there was a comment that I saw that I wanted to touch on, and I've lost it now. Hold up.
She's looking.
It's okay. She hasn't like fully like updated the situation, but I guess it got a lot crazier. Anyways, she replied to, oh, this is what it is. She replied to the whole like, I think you're overreacting by wanting to call the police as the first step.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you tell him not to come? So she said, to my knowledge, he last lived 3 hours away, so I wasn't immediately worried that he would just show up then. I was just super confused and shocked more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also at work and not even at home. He wasn't abusive, but we did have a nasty breakup, which is why I was even more confused why he messaged me when he hasn't for years before, and didn't know if I wanted to reply right away. This is still hard to process. I had a lot of feelings for him for a long time after, but it feels wrong knowing he left his literal fiance. I don't have her contact or number. He has me blocked on all socials and don't even know who she is to contact her too, unfortunately. I'm writing a response right now, but I am still not sure what to even say other than not to come.
Oh my God, this poor thing.
Yeah.
Also, that's also crazy. Because, like, he has you blocked on everything. Why? So that way there can't be any links between you online for his fiance to see?
I'm going to say it's really giving scary behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And then that person said, your feelings are valid, but I think the point is, why was your first instinct to call the police instead of declining him first and seeing how he would react?
Also, that's not how you validate someone. You don't say your feelings are valid.
But no. That's the part we are confused about, and it feels like you're overreacting. The rest of your message is absolutely valid, like why is he showing up after years with an intense message and talking about leaving his fiance for you? Extremely odd behavior. Good on you for wanting to tell her and thinking he's weird. Okay, so
odd behavior also means dangerous behavior.
Can we talk about also the fucking privilege it takes to say, why didn't you just decline him?
Mm-hmm.
You know how many women have gotten murdered just by saying no?
Mm-hmm.
And not just women, girls too.
Yeah.
Like, just for saying no to someone who's had a crush on her. I'm talking about like 15-year-old kids
Mm-hmm.
and have been brutally murdered because she said no.
Yeah.
It's saying no as a woman is dangerous, especially to someone exhibiting suspicious behavior. This is the last comment I'm going to read. She said to the replying to this person, I think it was just seeing my address written out like that and not having spoken to in such a long time. I also feel so different than who I was back then. I think she's justifying why she felt the need to call the police. The me back then would have probably been overjoyed and wanted to run away with him. Parentheses, yikes, I know, end parentheses.
Not yikes. You've grown.
But the me now was worried and confused. He was never abusive, but he has just never sounded like this ever over text, and it made me super nervous. Sorry if it came off as overreactive. I'm generally an anxious person, and I'm never sure if I'm being overdramatic or not. Girl.
You are not being overdramatic.
Yeah. I mean, I know.
Again, stand with the first thing I said, which is if your gut feeling is this is danger, you trust that gut feeling. Because what's the worst thing you're going to do? Be rude? Okay. You'll still be alive. The amount of times that like women have been put in situations in which they did not feel like they could say anything because society tells us we're not allowed
Period.
to.
Yeah, 100%.
And then it gets worse.
Yep.
Yeah. And like at no point is that ever our fault because again, this same society will be like, well, why didn't you fight back? Why didn't you
say anything?
Mm-hmm. Or why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you like call the police? Maybe because on the internet, everyone's telling this woman to not contact the police. Because at the very least, you have it registered of, hey, this guy's like a little bit crazy. The police probably won't do anything, but at least then it's fucking registered.
Mm-hmm. At
least
it's like on
you've got it on record. Like, hey, so if this is the start of him stalking you, at least then you're starting to build a case.
Yeah.
And you have it like written down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, what a journey, right?
That was a journey.
Yeah. We're approaching an hour. I don't really have any other interesting ones except for maybe one, but we don't have to do that. Is it
also awful?
It's a relationship one that's like pretty, like it has texts. It's awful in the sense of like there's a lot of red flags in this behavior pointing towards an abusive relationship, but she broke up with him, so I'm gonna.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So at least there's a happy warning. Okay,
yeah.
We've already put you guys through a lot talking about femicide.
Period.
So we'll not do that one. But if you do want to get that reaction on a later podcast, just drop a comment.
Let us know.
Don't I sound cool when I say drop a comment, and then instantly not cool for saying that I sound cool.
Influencer status. Drop a comment.
I don't know why that's my thing. Is double P sign up, tongue out. But what Pokemon always has their fucking tongue out?
There's a lot of them. There's Lick-a-Tongue.
No. Like a little mean looking one. That's what I always think about when I do that face.
A little mean looking one?
Yeah, he looks mean. No,
Gengar?
it's not out to the side like that. See, you stick your tongue out like you're trying to be cute.
It could be Gengar.
So I think it is. That sounds familiar.
It's like purple.
Yeah,
Got you.
yeah, that's me, the purple one. That's it. You got it.
Went
You
through
got
a
it.
whole fucking journey with that. Holy cow.
Okay, so what is your win for the week?
My win for the week is working on Flash. That's my win for the week. What is your
That's
win
great.
for the week?
My win for the week was us going to Art Venture.
Oh, hell yeah.
Literally every time
We're
we
back.
go. Yeah, it was so cute. It's just us and a bunch of 70-year-olds.
Yep.
And it's great because they are so enamored by like us drawing on the like iPads.
Mm-hmm.
And we are enamored by everything that they do.
Yep.
And it's just lovely to be around other human beings.
Yeah.
So it's
very sweet.
amazing. And yeah, that was my like win. Because every time it's at such a weird time because it's at like 5:00 on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And right now it's hard to go because it's like dark outside. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to go. But then every time I go, I come back and like my faith in humanity has been restored.
Yeah, absolutely. I know,
Yeah.
right? It's at a weird time too. It starts
Mhm.
at 5:00, so that's always like the time that I'm like literally the exact time I don't want to drive somewhere.
Yes.
But you know what? It's worth it every single time.
Well, and I mean, let's be honest. The traffic here is not terrible. So
No,
it's not like a
it's not even
huge,
like 15
horrible
minutes
thing.
away.
But we're definitely already, at least I am, like I'm definitely spoiled where I'm like, oh, but there's going to be traffic.
Same. I'm already so spoiled.
Because we're not used to anything. You're used to just getting to a roundabout and just being able to cruise right through. And then you're like, I might have to sit at this roundabout for 30 seconds. Ugh, scandal.
Bullshit. What are you proud of for today?
I am proud of the fact that we are about to watch some fucking Drag Race.
Fuck yeah.
You don't know this yet. You do now.
Now I do.
But we're about to fucking, I'm demanding some just
Chill
good
time.
Chill time.
Yes.
Because it has been nuts. And we are about to enter another couple weeks of insanity.
Yeah, we are, huh?
So, yeah.
Whoops.
That's how life goes. We had a couple slightly chillish weeks, and now we're about to hit it hard.
Period.
And then, what are you proud of?
I'm really proud of drinking water today.
Hell yes.
That's it.
Oh, you did better than me. I need to drink some more water.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of coffee and not enough actual water.
Well, it happens to the best of us.
But on that note, we will see you guys back next week. I just fucking died in my mouth just then. Nothing worked. We love you and are so grateful for all your support. And again, if you like these episodes or you have other things that you want us to discuss, just send us a message, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all of that shit I'm supposed to say at the end of a podcast.
Okay.
Bye!
Bye, bye, bye.